Hey, what's going on everybody? Garrett here, still in the process of moving, but I wanted to hop on here and take a second to talk about the newest entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, something that I have been experiencing with some recent Marvel projects and some upcoming projects as well is this wonderful sense of surprise. See, up to this point, for the most part, I feel I have had a pretty firm grasp on most of the heroes that have been covered in the MCU up to this point, even before the movies came out. And that's because, well, I know who these characters are, whether it be because I've read some of the comics, I've watched some TV shows, played some video games, whatever the case may be. But with films like Shang-Chi, my knowledge of these heroes is pretty much next to zero, which is actually a really unique experience for me watching a superhero film, and a pretty pleasant one, if I might add. See, these comic book films have really reached a point where studios can afford to tell these stories of characters who aren't as popular as Spider-Man or Hulk or what have you. Instead, we turn our attention to a maybe lesser known hero with Shang-Chi, a warrior who comes from a powerful bloodline and a dark past, which he must now face. And I think something that is really key when bringing to life a lesser known Marvel character is the casting. And boy did Marvel really nail it here. Simu Liu, who some may recognize from Kim's Convenience, absolutely crushes it here. And it has just been so wonderful being able to see him really champion this character, going all the way back to 2018, where he was campaigning for this role specifically. I mean, this guy really is just a star in the making. He is charismatic, charming, funny, but also absolutely crushes all of the action in this film, which, if I may add, is really fantastic. And considering Shang-Chi is the proclaimed master of Kung Fu, that is also an element of this character that really does need to be distinguished from other Marvel heroes. And I could not be happier with the action in this movie. The fighting is creative and intense, but also it's covered really well. This film avoids just having this kind of basic wide angle where we see the fight happen, but there's not much engagement there. But with this movie, the camera is involved with the action, almost punctuating what we see. It's really dynamic and energetic. I loved it. And thankfully, Shang-Chi isn't just action and spectacle, because one of the absolute best things about this movie are the characters and the family dynamic at the core of it. And for being someone who I really did not know much about, I've got to say, this story is one of the most engaging I have seen in an origin story in the MCU, because like Black Panther, this is a story that not only showcases a really beautiful culture, but is also a story about family and legacy and how you choose to use your power. And when you have all of these elements, it really does just culminate into an experience that thoroughly impressed me. I honestly cannot wait to see more from these characters. The cast is stellar, the action is just top-notch, and really does display this sense of dedication from everyone involved. But almost above all, what made Shang-Chi really stand out to me was the amount of heart in this film. I really cannot wait for you all to see this movie, and if you can do so safely, you can check out Shang-Chi this Thursday in theaters or on demand. So did you guys see Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings? What did you think about it? Make sure you leave your thoughts and opinions down below. I would love to know where it ranks for you in regards to the other films in the MCU, but make sure you click that link down below as well so you can subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. Again guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.